So that is switch is another condition contrast that you can get in C# programming that evaluates the condition as the if else. Okay, but the only difference is that it makes the program simpler and easier. It's used. It's also used where multiple if condition need to be tested in your program. So, but it also includes the default value. So the default value you can think of as a fallback as well. Okay, so suppose we have, let's do something a little bit more fun. I don't know if it's something like that. So suppose we have, I always remove this. Let's say we have, the integer. Let's say we've got option and we've got number 1. Okay, can't do that. Number 1, and I've got number 2. Okay, and then I've got a float, which is going to be my result. So, okay, let's just close this. So now we can just say console dot write line. Maybe I say something like press 1 to add. Okay. Press 1 to add. So I'm just going to copy and paste this, and I can say press 2 for multiplication, or let's 2 for subtraction. To subtract, and I can say press 3 for multiplication, to multiply, and then press 4 to divide, divide. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we can console dot write, let's use write, not write line, and I'm just gonna make like a line break. So to make a line break is /nn. So I'm making like line break, 2 line break. Actually, yeah, because /t is a tab space, n is a line break. So we can say enter first number, okay, and maybe we can also use a tab space, but we don't have a lot of things here. Now I'm going to take number one and put whatever I'm getting from the user, from that input. So I'm going to say console.readline, console.reader. No, it's console.readline. So I'm reading back from the input read line. But the thing is, whatever that you press on the input is a string. So I need to convert this to an integer, because I'm expecting a number, because I'm doing mathematics here. This is a simple long console calculator, by the way. So I need to convert to int 32, to int 32, whatever that I'm reading back from the console. All right. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the second number. So let's just do this. All right. So you can just say second number here, and so this I put it in the variable num2. Okay, and then we can just say console dot right. Okay, let's put like a line break as well, and we can say enter your option, or choose your option. If I let's use enter, if I say backslash, press there, and you can just say enter your option. Remember, we have these options that we declared there above, so now they need to check the option, and let's just use a chef space as well, and we're gonna read that back. So we're gonna put it on option. Let's just call it this one option, I think, just to make it more understandable. So I'll say option is let's convert it again, convert to int32, which is console.read line. All right, great. Now we're gonna use switch to check which option was pressed, and then we do the correct you know, what do you call, the correct mathematics, or the correct yeah, just to make sure that we get the correct answer there. Okay, so now we're gonna say switch. We can also do this with if else. Okay, because on if else you can say if if option is equals to 1, then we want to add, of course. Okay, then we're gonna add num1 plus num2. Okay, but now we switch, we can say switch, and then we pass this option. So this is the thing that we want to evaluate. This is the variable that we want to evaluate, that option there. Now we're going to present our first case. So you're going to say case, you can call it case 1. Now on this case, we're going to say the result so we're going to say the result is, do you have the result? Yeah, it's gonna be num1 number one plus number 2. Okay, and I think we can just console write the console dot write line, and we can say something like let's use a line break as well. So we can say this plus that is equals to that. Okay, and then here we pass in number 1 and number 2 and number 3, which is result. Okay, and then we break. Now you break, then we're gonna say break. Okay, so I'm gonna copy and paste because we need to do this. We actually need to do this in let me see. So we're gonna say so if you press 1, right? If you press, basically that's what you're saying here. If you press 1, then we want to add, because on the menu we say press 1 to add. You see. So I'm just gonna copy and paste. I hope by copying and paste, but basically we're just repeating the same thing, right? So let's do that. Copy. So case 2, we subtract. So we subtract. So remember also the numbers we're getting them from what's wrong there? Okay, I think I don't have a closure there, so we subtract. So what we can do, we can just say minus there. And case 3, what do? We multiply. So since we don't have, I'm gonna say, because this is a string, I'm gonna say x, but multiply we use asterisk to multiply, and then divide is a forward slash. And here we're gonna divide. So this is case 4. If you press option 4, okay, I'll come show you now. All right, so and then finally we're gonna have that default. Now default is a, if you put like invalid option or something that is not found, it's more like the else. It's more of the else when we think about the if else. So we're gonna say default, and we can say console dot write line, and we can just say something like error or something like that, or unknown error. That's what they like to use, unknown error. Never use that when you do when you program. The people want to know what's the problem, and then you write unknown error. Please try again later. And what seems to be a problem here, default why is this a close break, a close everything. So what seems to be a problem with default? You know what, let's also have let's make this a label. Like we can always go back to this, so I'm gonna just write the label, okay, something like this, okay, and here then we can just go back to the label, so we can just say go to label. Yeah, all right, so this fixes the problem. I think we must close it as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to also keep the console open by just calling the console.readline. All right, so let's test this. So if we compile this quickly, so here's our menu. Press 1 to add, 2 to subtract, 3 to multiply, 4 to divide, and enter the first number is 28. Enter the second number 31. Enter your options. I want to add or I want to multiply, so I'm going to say option 4, and then I get the result. Okay, so that's how we can use switch. That's how we can use switch.